Families in Texas don't feel comfortable sending their kids to the schools you provide them.
The language of this bill, and I've spoken with Senator Betancourt, I appreciate that you're bringing this forward, is very, very similar to House Bill 7, a section of House Bill 7. We have provided significant feedback to the author of that bill, and we will do the same with your office.
I'll start by saying the principal that covered up my assault is dead. It doesn't change the fact that he was a piece of shit. He was awful to me. He was terrible to me. And we should still be able to investigate the things that he did. We should still be able to report the things that he did.
We really appreciate all of your testimony. Just keep your language appropriate for those with us and listening if you can. Thank you. Yeah.
There is a mass exodus from public schools, and I don't necessarily know that my language should be the primary concern today. The current reality is families in Texas don't feel comfortable sending their kids to the schools you provide them. I am intimidated sitting across from you all, but you should be intimidated sitting across from me too, because you'll all be the ones accountable to change things. There is no reason an adult should have 48 hours to sit on their hands and figure out what to do before reporting a crime. There is no reason that an adult should be able to relay information to the police following an interview of a child. I sat in my office, my school's office, being just pelted with questions over and over and over again for hours. And by the time it got to the police, do I need to alter my language on what they called me?
As long as it's appropriate.
Well, it was what they called me wasn't appropriate. How they spoke of me wasn't appropriate. So I'll bear you all the details in the statements, but I didn't get to skip reading the details in the statements. I didn't get to skip the inappropriate language that was used about me by my school administrators who were hired to protect me. So I'm happy to let you skip that today. I'm sorry if that offends you. But I invite you to find a better word to refer to this in the whole situation that I went through. If you have a better word that encapsulates the avoidance of accountability that the TEA gives to me and every other student who experiences this, save the 5%, 10%, whatever it is, I invite you to find a better word for what we should call that.
That's good. Thank you. Appreciate that, members. Senator Menendez.
So this occurred, your abuser was a teacher or a principal?
He was a coach. He groomed me for over 3 years and then sexually assaulted me after asking me to come to his hotel room when we were on a trip for the state track meet. My principal, who I had known since I was 4 years old, my superintendent, who was my mom's boss, and my school counselor, who was my mom's friend and who I had known since I was 4 years old, held me in the office and interrogated me and denied me access to my mom. The man who helped cover this up is dead. That's my only point to that, is it doesn't change that he helped cover up systemic abuse.
How old were you? You in high school?
16 when the actual sexual assault started. I was 12 when I met him.
I'm very sorry for what happened to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I'm glad you are hearing the facts finally come out. Schools and school districts should not be investigating crimes. They're not qualified. Neither should the Texas Education Agency. We have proof that they have not done their job.
There's a section in here about confidentiality, and we must make sure that that confidentiality doesn't mean that the public can't access data about reporting and misconduct, because this report here exposing what's wrong with the system would never have been possible.
Crimes should be investigated by outside law enforcement. Where the public and the parents can see the record, the police record.
there is a clause about superintendents not needing to report if they reasonably believe that the person who is alleged to engage in misconduct is deceased. I absolutely disagree with that premise. When we're dealing with child sex offenders, there are often victims that are not known. And those people need to see the record when they do come forward that that person was indeed an abuser. That person should never be shielded. We don't shield Ted Bundy for his crimes, and we shouldn't shield Texas educators for theirs.
District police have loyalties, and they can be pressured. They should not be investigating the crimes. We need an independent investigator, and you've heard of plenty of evidence to justify that. I'm asking you to be heroes for children, to fix this problem, and pass the best bills that you can, protect the children.
Our issues are concerning the parents whose children are affected by this abuse are dealing with something called organizational betrayal. The way things are handled with these investigations inside our schools and inside the TEA, and this book is written by the nation's foremost expert on research on sex misconduct in school, it's what happens to them after the abuse. It's the way they are treated. It's the way these investigations are not conducted fully. It's a good thing to have these investigations happen. We just believe they need to be covered by independent oversight. We need an independent inspector general to oversee these investigations because, frankly, it doesn't make it all the way through the process well without that independent oversight.